Hey, welcome back to Living Christian. Today we're going to do a Bible review and compare the 2022 Cambridge Topaz NKJV versus the Schuyler, the new 2023 Quentel with a full yap. Stay tuned.
All right, here we go. So here is the Bible battle, the 2023 Schuyler Quentel versus the 2021-22, I can't remember exactly when the NKJV came out, in the Topaz edition. All right, so just looking at the boxes, you can see that both took two different approaches. Schuyler took more of a simplistic look, more Apple-esque, if you will, where the Cambridge took a much more stylized branding with it. Unfortunately, this is how the Schuyler Bible box came, all beat up, where the Cambridge came nice and clean, and it did and has lasted. Like, there's been no scuff marks or whatever, so I think from the durability of the box, it actually is a better box. So I'm going to give a point over here to the Cambridge. Now, in terms of if the Schuyler was perfectly clean, maybe I'd give him the point. I don't know. We'll see. So let's go into the Bible. We're going to dive deeper into just some of the particulars of the Cambridge first. Then we're going to open the Schuyler and go over the particulars of the Schuyler, and then we'll do some more rankings here. So first, looking at the leather. Both of these are goatskin leather Bibles. Both of them are edge-lined. Both of them are blue under gold and gold stamping with raised spine hubs with blue ribbons. And so there's a lot of similarities to this. They both have lambskin liners. I believe that's what they are. But this cover is just phenomenal. It's a durable Bible. It feels good in the hand. It's not too big. It's got a low profile. Even though it is a bigger Bible than some, it still carries almost like a thin line feel to it. Both of these are reference Bibles, and you can see the references here on the Cambridge over here to the far left and the far right. And the Cambridge is a verse-by-verse Bible, and it's double column. I will say that it's really, that's going to be the hardest thing to pick. And I know some of this is subjective, but it's going to be the hardest thing to differ because the Schuyler is not a verse-by-verse, but it's very readable. It's probably the most readable non-verse-by-verse Bible that you will ever have. Looking at the ribbons here, the ribbons on the Cambridge are just phenomenal. Okay, they didn't go with just one single color and then do three ribbons of the same color like the Schuyler did. They actually took three different variations of blue, and they pop. They're just so nice. And so I'm going to call it right now that the ribbons on the Cambridge are actually nicer. I love the three-tone look that the Cambridge put out. Now, that said, I wish they were longer. The Schuyler ribbons are a little bit longer. But here's just an overview looking at the verse-by-verse text. They have the red for each verse number and then black letter text. Let's get the Schuyler open here. So this, as you may already see, you're like, what in the world? For those that don't know, this is training the yap is what's called, because the yap can flow over here. I'll get this removed here in a second. But here, actually first. There, you can see it's almost the exact same color that they used, but the Schuyler has all three of the same color. All right, now getting that removed, that's training the sides of this yap, what hangs over. It's training it to bend over and protect the pages. But if we look at just from a comparison, almost the exact same profile, all right? The Schuyler, you can already tell the differences in the goat skin. You can tell the differences on the Yap, obviously. And then the front of it has Holy Bible on the Cambridge and the Jerusalem cross on the Schuyler. I will say, from a cover perspective, you're hands down, Schuyler wins. I've never met a Bible that beats Schuyler in with a full Yap. It's even further unmatched. You look at, they both have Holy Bible, New King James Version, and then their logo. Cambridge, I'm gonna go into here logo. Schuyler has a better logo, although Cambridge does have a really good logo. They just didn't put it on this Bible. And then, just with the perimeter gilt line on the edge of the Bible, the cover is hands down better on the Schuyler. The cover, so the overall feel of it, okay, the feeling of the inside is better on the Schuyler. The edge line, I'm gonna give it to the Schuyler. The Schuyler has the better edge line feel to it. Both blue under golds are the exact same color. To my view, I'll do a side-by-side comparison here in a minute with both of them open. They're almost the exact same color, and maybe the exact same color. But here you can see, you got Ezekiel here, you can see where the paragraph font is. The Schuyler has an 11-point font, where the Cambridge, and I gotta verify, I'm pretty sure it's 10. It is, I don't know. I think it's a 10. It might be a 10 and a half, but I want to say it's a 10. So let's talk about paper quality. Okay, so both of these are 28 GSM Indopaque paper, printed in the Netherlands, both of them. But for whatever reason, the Schuyler Bible paper feels more durable. Okay, so I'm going to give another point to Schuyler with the durability of the paper. Now here comes the layout. The references on the Schuyler are at the bottom, as you see. The references on the Topaz, Cambridge, are on the sides. Both of them are black letter with the red letters for Jesus's words. So let me think about this. Which red looks better? I know it's going to be hard to see in the video, but I actually think the Schuyler red is better because it's less noticeable. I don't mind a red letter Bible. Obviously, I have two of them here, but some people do. And I think for those that do, you'll appreciate the red letter in the Schuyler because it's just less subtle. It literally is the perfect red to contrast black. Now, when it comes to layout, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to say that the layout of whether it's a paragraph or verse by verse, I want to give that to the Cambridge. I just can't get over, and that's not an easy call because the Schuyler does have verse by verse in the poetic setting. It does have a poetic setting when it comes to its Bible approach, where the Cambridge, it's just all verse by verse. So if there are quotations in the New Testament from the Old Testament, you're not going to know per se, just reading it and without doing some deeper dives into it. So you are going to have that. All right, so let's go to the maps. And both of them, I will say, have phenomenal maps. You can tell that the Cambridge has a much more contrasty type of Bible maps, where the Schuyler is a more flat, calming type of appearance to it, more a matte finish to it. They feel the same, but they just look different. I'm going to give the maps, and I honestly, I don't do a lot with the maps, but I'm going to give the map here to Schuyler. Schuyler has better maps. I will say Cambridge does have a map index, which Schuyler does not. So we'll give a point for map indexing to Cambridge. And then we're going to go to the concordance. And the concordance on the Schuyler is really nice because there is the contrast between the red and the black, where it's just straight black text. Once I turn to it here. If I can get the page. So it's just straight black text. And from a concordance standpoint, I'm gonna give this to Schuyler as well. Schuyler has the better appearance when it comes to concordance. So there is so much that is similar with these Bibles, and yet from a yap perspective, let's call yaps. Schuyler has the better yap. I mean, that is subjective. You might like a Bible that doesn't have a full yap. How about the corners? The corner work on the Cambridge is pretty low. The corner work on the Schuyler is phenomenal. So Schuyler has the better corner work. Cambridge could do this. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they've ever done a full yap and they've done the corner work. And, one of the things I thought that they could have done in the Cambridge that they didn't, but they very well could have, was put the gold gilt line around. When you have your Bible open and your pages are coming up against that gold perimeter ring, it just adds another level. And when you pay the money for a Bible such as the Cambridge, you kind of expect those things, and they didn't do it, and I don't know why. But yeah, the profile is practically the same. The font is larger on the Schuyler, but I still will say that the layout is better on the Topaz. So what this has done is it has concluded that there is still no perfect Bible. So, now I will say, I think I'm going to give the stamping, I'm going to rate the stamping. I think Cambridge has the better stamping on the side. But Schuyler has the better logo. Schuyler has the better cover. It has the better liner. And overall, I'm going to say the Schuyler is the winner. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching.